So if you've been watching my channel, you would know that I bought up a video very recently showing you a surprise dashcam box which just arrived in my studio, and it turned out to be the Wyve S400 dual channel dashcam. Well, Wyve has two dash cameras in the list, the S760 and the S400. The S760 on the other hand shoots a 5K resolution on the front and a Quad HD resolution on the rear. This camera comes at a price of about 13 to 14,000 rupees and also gets Starvis IMX415 sensor. So it's quite an interesting camera and I'm quite looking forward to take a look at it once Wyve sends it to me. But for now, if you are interested, you can just check out that camera. The link to it will be given in the description below. But in this video, we are not here to talk about the S760. We are going to take a deep look into the S400, the less than 10,000 budget 4K camera, 4K front or a Quad HD Full HD dual channel setup. So I've been trying out the Wyve S400 from the past 1 week, and there are certain things which I really like about this camera, starting with the fact that the front camera module is very small and compact. So when you stick this on the windshield, it's hardly going to obstruct your view of the windshield because of its small form factor, and will probably get concealed behind the rear view mirror. Second thing is that this camera gets a Quad HD resolution when used in a dual channel setup, which means when you use both front and the rear cameras, the front will shoot Quad HD and the rear will shoot Full HD resolution. But in case if you do require a 4K resolution, all you need to do is just disconnect the rear camera. The front camera is capable of shooting 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. And I found the video qualities of both the 4K resolution and the Quad HD resolution to be kind of suitable and justified for the price this dash camera comes at. Along with giving you such flexible options in relation to resolution, this camera also gets a built-in GPS, it also gets a built-in 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, and the field of view of this camera is about 140 degrees. That's kind of standard in most dash cameras in this segment. This camera also gets a G sensor, which is quite standard for all the dash cameras in the segment. So you can use this for collision detection during parking surveillance, or even when on bumpy roads or when you encounter some particular incident while driving. The G sensor will help capture the camera and emergency video. This camera also supports parking monitoring, 24-hour parking monitoring via its dedicated hardware kit. So if you need to monitor your car when it's parked, you need to purchase a separate hardware kit and install it with the dash camera. The link to purchase it will be given in the description. Lastly, this camera supports memory cards up to 256 GB. That's quite enough space to save hours and hours of dual channel footage from this camera. So lastly, this camera provides you all of these features coming at a price of less than 10,000. That's about 8,000 rupees. Current price is close to 8,200. So do keep checking the price by clicking on the link in the description below. So in this video, I'm going to show you the detailed video quality review of this camera, showing you both daytime and the night samples, along with the number plate readability of this camera. Following that, I'll show you a quick unboxing, the installation process, and even the app setup and the app settings for the Wyve S400. So in case if you've already subscribed to my channel and you've been watching my videos, a huge thumbs up, a huge thanks to you. And in case if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to smash that like button as well. You're watching Travel Tech. Let's get started. So starting off with the video quality of the Wyve S400, so this is the front only version which shoots at 4K resolution. That's 3840 into 2160 at 30 frames per second and about a bit rate of 22,000 kbps with close to 140 MB per minute of file size. Now this kind of 4K resolution is quite good for the price this dash camera comes at, which is close to 8,000 rupees. Although the conditions wherein I shot this video were quite overcast, as you're seeing right now, it's much cloudy, not so bright and sunny, but still the camera is able to give out more or less a balanced representation of the most aspects you need to have for a good video quality. The saturation, the contrast, the sharpness looks good. Resolution wise too, the camera does seem to offer a pretty good quality for the price this comes at. Moving on to the dual channel variant, wherein the front camera will shoot at Quad HD resolution, that's 1440p at 30 fps with 18,000 kbps of bitrate and a similar 130 MB per minute of file size, wherein the rear camera shoots Full HD 1080p at 25 frames per second and about 10,000 kbps of bitrate and a 64 MB per minute of file size. Now straight away you can notice that the front camera quality is far much better compared to the rear camera quality, but that's quite normal within this budget range. all dual channel dash cams within 10,000 price bracket have a much better front camera quality. The good thing about the front camera is that it doesn't offer just a 1080p resolution but a quad HD 1440p, which is going to be helpful in reading number plates about a distance of 10 to 15 feet away. The rear camera is just kind of doing its job. It will collect evidence, it will collect video from the back. At a very close range, you might even be able to read number plates, probably at a distance of 5 feet or less than 10 feet. Moving on to the nighttime quality, still offering a very decent footage quality. This is what you can basically expect from a under 10,000 budget dual channel camera. For a price of less than 10,000 rupees, both front and the rear cameras are kind of doing justice for the kind of video quality you can expect from this budget range. The front camera is quite impressive. I mean, I really liked it. The quad HD resolution and even all the other aspects such as the brightness, contrast, saturation, the highlights and the shadows look more or less well balanced, not too high or not too low in any aspect. The rear camera does seem to catch some level of glare from the headlights and the street lights, but that's a common thing from most rear cameras in this budget range. So getting this kind of a video quality at a price of about 8,000 rupees, with the camera that even provides you a GPS, is a really good thing, and I think it's a worthy investment to go with the Wyve S400, along with giving you the flexible option of shooting even in 4K resolution if you disconnect the rear camera. So moving on to the number plate readability, the Maruti Omni in front, as you're seeing on the screen right now, is about a distance of I think 15 feet or something. And if we zoom in to take a look, a neat and a clean number plate read, not much sharpness, the image kind of looks very smooth, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, at a distance of 15 to 20 feet, you should be able to get a good read of the number plates from the front camera, even in both 4K resolution and in the quad HD resolution. If we do take a look at the number plate readability during night time, so in this specific example, the Hyundai i20 is pretty much directly in front of my car, I think less than distance of 5 feet. But the important point to note is that the number plate is not directly under the glare of headlights, rather it's more or less in the border of the glare of my headlights. And in this specific example, if we zoom in to take a look, pretty crystal clear read of the number plate, no disturbance, no noise, no blurriness, each letter and number is clearly visible. So this is possible when the number plates are not straight up in the middle of the headlight glare, when they are only around the border, or I might say just outside the glare of your headlights. So these cameras can kind of read number plates and can kind of give good image in the number plate readability during those specific situations. But what happens if the car moves a bit forward, directly coming under the glare of my headlights? If we zoom in to take a look at such instance, you would probably get a whitewashed look. So this is common with almost all cameras under the 10,000 price bracket because they don't have the StarWays 2 sensor. Getting a good read of the number plates will require the number plate to be not under the glare of the headlights. So this is the Wyve S400 dual channel 4K camera, and they've specified on top of the box that in a single channel variant it can shoot up to 4K, and in a dual channel variant it can shoot 2K front and 1080p in the rear. So on the front you get the Wyve branding, S400 model name and a picture of the camera. On the other side they have highlighted some features. It says it's Ultra HD, supports parking monitoring, has a built-in G sensor, gets Wi-Fi as well, supports loop recording, gets inbuilt GPS, this is good, and of course also supports memory cards up to 256 GB. So as soon as you do open up the box, you first find the user manual for the S400. So for someone who wants to get into the detail, the technical specifications, the installation, all the other aspects, you can dive into the user guide. Then you have the warranty card along with the QR code. Looks like a very interesting design, and first impressions, I must say this camera is very miniature, very small, comes within the palm of my hand. Not those big dash cameras which we usually see around the 10,000 price bracket. On the back it's got this Wyve branding. This probably is the speaker. On one side you have this Wi-Fi button, the power button, and on the other side there's nothing else. At the front you get the main camera lens, and I think these are ventilation holes, and this windshield mount is detachable, so you just need to slide this down and it detaches pretty easily. Putting it back, on top of the camera you find the Type-C port for the main power connection. Then you have the rear camera port, you have the mic and the micro SD card slot. So very miniature, very small and very sleek design. Should be good enough to conceal it in the car, conceal it behind the rear view mirror, and nobody will probably ever notice it. Keeping the camera here, let's move down further into the box. So you get an electrostatic sticker. You also get a spare 3M sticker.
and you also get an additional cloth. So this is the main power cable wherein you get a 12 volt car charger port. I mean the wire is directly plugged in and there's no additional USB port on it. You get a type C port wire at the other end, and you also get a GPS mount attached to the power cable. So you'll have to attach this GPS mount onto the windshield. The GPS doesn't come built in within the camera. Then finally we have the rear camera, standard rear camera which we see in most dual channel dash cameras. It's 360-degree rotatable, has a windshield mount, has got a LED indicator at the side, got the lens module at the back, and of course there is a 3.5mm connector. So these are things which you get inside the box: the user manual, the warranty card, an extra 3M sticker, you get an electrostatic sticker as well, you get a cloth, you get the main power cable with the GPS module attached, you get the rear camera with the rear camera cable, and you get the main S400 4K camera.
The installation process of the S400 is kind of pretty much similar to most other dual channel dash cams. Just peel off the windshield mount stickers, the lens sticker, insert a compatible memory card within the memory card slot of the front camera, stick the dash cam to your desired place on the windshield, make sure it has stuck firmly well. Following that, take the rear camera, peel off its lens stickers, its windshield mount sticker, then stick the rear camera onto the windshield to your desired place, preferably along the central line of the rear windshield. So once the rear camera is stuck to its place, take the 12 volt car charger and insert it into the 12 volt socket of your car. Insert the type C cable, the main power cable, within the power port of the front camera. Following that, take the external GPS module, peel off its sticker and stick the GPS module on top of the windshield near the upper border of the car. So this should help you get proper GPS signal. Then take the rear camera port and insert it into the rear camera socket of the front camera. Now the S400 is ready to use. So as you're seeing right now, I have opened up the video dashcam viewer within the Google Play Store. So let's just quickly open up the app. So here on top you can find the add camera button. So click on that. It's going to ask to enable the location service. So I'll just go ahead and do that. So once the location is turned on, again click on add camera, then click on next and then connect Wi-Fi. So let's just search for the Wi-Fi connection. So as you can see here, it says Wyve S400. Click on that. Then you need to add in the password, that is 12345678. Click on connect. So once the dashcam gets added into the app, it's going to show up on the main home screen. Here you go. As you can see right now, the dashcam is currently streaming on my smartphone screen within the video app. So you can switch between the front and the rear camera views at the click of a button within the app. So now it's currently streaming the rear camera. If I switch back, it's going to stream the front camera. So let's head into the camera settings and see what kind of features and what kind of settings you can play around within this. So first of all, you have the option of the sound recording. That's basically mic. You can enable or disable it. Then you have the speaker volume. Either you can set it at low, medium or high, or you can completely turn it off as well. Then you have the video resolution option. So currently, as you can see, it says 2K plus 1080p. That's Quad HD plus Full HD. Quad HD for the front and Full HD for the rear. Then you have the loop recording duration from a minimum of 1 minute up to a maximum of 5 minutes. You also have the option of setting it at 3 minutes. Then you have the video encoding format, H.264 and H.265, both are available. Then you have the collision sensing. So when the camera is in recording mode, it will automatically lock the current video when an impact is detected. So you can set the sensitivity of the G sensor within the camera to either low, medium or high, and of course you can completely turn it off as well. So for parking monitoring, you need a separate hardware kit to be installed for the camera. So within the parking monitoring, you have the collision detection sensitivity. Again, you can set the sensitivity of the G sensor to low, medium or high. Then finally, you have the Wi-Fi settings. You can change the Wi-Fi password. Then you have the firmware version. Then you have the option of formatting the memory card. Then finally, you have the option to factory reset the dash camera. So what you're seeing right now is currently when the rear camera is connected to the dash cam. So if I go ahead and detach the rear camera, let's see what change it brings within the settings. So here's the main difference. So when you use only the front camera, if you click on the video resolution aspect, it can give you 4K resolution. That's 3840 into 2160p. In the dual channel variant, you get a Quad HD plus Full HD resolution. Rest of all the other options remain pretty much the same. There's no difference. The only difference comes in the video resolution aspect when you use only the front camera. Following that, heading back to the main screen, if you click on the album section or the file section, here you get all the loop recorded files. Then you have the snapshots,
locked videos and even the parking videos. You also have the timeline feature which you can use, and you can drag around to see videos which you have recorded. The videos are also color coded, which means green color stands for loop recording, red and yellow stands for emergency videos. So you can easily monitor any recorded videos of the dash camera straight up within the app, and that's a cool thing. And as you can see, it's giving an overlay on the video, showing the map on the left bottom corner, showing you the sensitivity of the G sensor while currently you're driving, and also showing the speedometer at the right bottom corner. So these important GPS coordinates are also shown within the app when you try and play the file within the video app. Let's head back. So one more thing which you can do while checking the video streaming from the app is that you can set the proper camera angle. Now since this camera doesn't get a display right on top of it, you need to connect the camera to the app and check the angle of the lens. So if in case you angled it improperly, just check the live streaming, set the proper angle, and you're ready to use the Wyve S400.
So looking at the overall package, looking at the overall contents, the features and all the specifications this dash camera provides, coming at a price of 8,000 is kind of a good deal for the Wyve S400. So if you are looking for a flexibility in terms of resolution, basically if you want a 4K resolution front whenever you need, and whenever you want dual channel setup with a quad HD resolution at the front and a 1080p at the rear, the Wyve S400 has you covered. And in case if you want to purchase it, go ahead, click down on the link in the description. The purchase link will be provided right there. Click on it, go ahead and buy it and install it in your car. Also do note that as said previously, Wyve has another camera called as the S760 which shoots 5K resolution at the front and a quad HD at the rear. You can check out that camera as well. The link to it will be provided in the description too. If you have any doubts or queries regarding this camera, you can always write that down or even DM me on my Facebook or the Instagram page. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't still subscribed to my channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now, smash that like button, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. And if you're already a subscriber, a huge thank you to you. Thanks for watching and see you in the next run.